Hey, I am actually not at the school right now. I'm actually at home at my dad's because we are going to Berlin on like a study trip, school trip. So the reason I'm at my dad's is because sorry, I've just taken a bath, but I didn't want to take the trip all the way from Ærø to Copenhagen in one day. So I've just like kind of made a pit stop at my dad's. And to some people, it might sound weird that we're going to Copenhagen to go to Berlin. Like, it's pretty opposite, but we're actually taking the ferry. And I didn't know that you could do this, but there is a ferry that goes from Sjælland to Germany. The more you know.
You're so cute. You're so cute. Yeah, you're so cute. You're so cute. Yeah, you are. I won't touch you if you don't want to, so don't worry. Skal ovnen være tændt, imens du gør det?
Nej, det er bare fordi, at jeg bliver nødt til at tænde den for at få noget lys.
First night in Berlin. Like everyone else wanted to go out and drink beer, but I can't. I'm so tired. Besides, I'm really not the type to go out really at all. I just want to lay down and kind of settle in. I did take a little bit tiny walk also to buy something in the grocery stores. So I've kind of looked a bit around the area, and it seems like we are very centrally placed, and we're also very close to a lot of grocery stores and cafes and stuff, so that's really nice. It's literally so foggy out on the ocean right now. I'm back at the school, and I bought some books in Berlin that I wanted to show, and I'm really, really happy with the things I found, and most of it was just like very accidental. I had in mind that I kind of wanted to own more graphic novels. And I found these two, which I have completely fallen in love with. I've never heard about them before, but first, let's look at this tiny book that I also found in like an art bookstore. I'll try and see if I can find the addresses of the stores that I went to. But basically, it's just like this small Japanese book. There's not really a lot in English. Like, it's mostly Japanese, but there's a small English introduction. And I think it's called Parade of Monstrous Creatures, which I just It's so fun. And I really, really like it. It's just like a tiny book of like pictures of yokai, which are like a type of spirit in Japanese folklore, or I don't really know much about it, but I loved, absolutely loved these drawings. Like, they're funny, they're really interesting, like you want to know the story that goes on here, and just I don't know, I just really they have so much humor, I think, and have a really unique characters, like so expressive. Like, it's very clear that you can see like how modern manga is like, yeah, it just makes sense, you know. And then I also bought the small magazine, and there is like this very tiny small text that's like Cycladic Blues. This book is about an exhibition that did not yet happen in the real, but did in the imagination. To be continued. Marlene Dumas, December 2022. And I just instantly fell in love with it. I bought it at a museum. So I was looking, they had a lot of books, and I was looking through them. This one just instantly caught my eye. It's like these watercolors or oil sketch paintings with like ancient ceramics or sculptures. Also a little bit like Instagram-y, but I kind of like it. Yeah, so it's basically just, yeah, only pictures. And I also bought a like book, an actual book that you can read, and I've misplaced it somewhere in my messy room, but it's called The Girl and Its Skin, or The Skin and Its Girl, and I'm very excited to read it. A young queer Palestinian American woman pieced together her great aunt's secret in this sweeping debut, a family saga confronting questions of sexual identity, exile, and lineage. And also like about the Romani people and their ancestral home in Palestine. The Skin and Its Girl is a searing poetic tale about desire, identity, and provocative exploration of how we let stories divide, unite, and define us, and even wield the power to restore a broken family. And it has like this magical realism genre, of course, because I love magical things. If there's no magic in it, I don't want it. That's not true, but I do love magical realism. And then let's look at my graphic novels. This one I was in that like shop She Said, which is like a queer feminist bookstore in Berlin that I was in the last time with the school, Testrup High School, Folk School, and I wanted to go there again this time. And yeah, it was just totally coincidence that I found this book. I was looking at the graphic novel section, and this was like the only one that was really like this kind of genre. All the other ones were like more maybe children's book or more explanations for younger people about LGBT stuff, like illustrated guide to trans people, stuff like that. And this one just stood out to me because this was kind of what I was looking for, like fictional graphic stories. And it's really interesting. Michael DeForge, the one who wrote it, and it's called Heaven No Hell. Michael DeForge's ability to dig into the subject and break it down with beautiful drawings and sharp writing makes him one of the finest short story writers of the past decade in comics and beyond. Yeah, a little bit of like a very boasting text, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to sell. Heaven No Hell is always funny, sometimes sad, and continuously innovative in its deconstruction of society. Each of these stories show the inner turmoil of an ordinary person coming to grips with a world vastly different than their initial perception of it. The humor is searing, and the emotional weight lingers longer after the story ends. And yeah, it is very humorous, but also existential at the same time. I really, really like it, actually. It's like, yeah, a series of short stories that each have a different kind, a little bit of a different kind of graphical visual to it. So like his style is still very, very graphical throughout all of them, even though they are a bit different from each other. Yeah, and I think each story is really interesting. Like, I haven't read all of them, but they're very fun. And you can really feel how he plays with the subjects and like the themes of the stories. It feels very experimental in a lot of ways. And then we have this one, which also really was a surprise to me, but I knew I had to get it. It's just so me. Like, it's very Ghibli-esque, I think. Also like magical realism, coming of age story after the apocalypse. And it's like this drawn in watercolor style with these very, very pretty colors. Very pretty. And expressive that way. I think it's very good. I would totally recommend this book. I also haven't finished it completely, but I think I'll talk a bit more about them when I have. But yeah, Emma Rio. I don't know how to pronounce this title of the book,